It is 100% true what they say. The warning that they've given us about Western women trying to poison the mind of women from other countries. Hello, everyone. My name is Angelo, and I am an OG passport brother who brought his fiance from Vietnam back to the United States temporarily so we can square some things away before we plan our relocation back to Southeast Asia. There's a lot of things going on. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, we just came back from the DMV. We went to go get her driver's permit so she can start learning how to drive. Now, she doesn't have her permanent resident card, her green card yet, but in the state of California, we have this provisional license called the AB60. And in the AB60, you don't have to have full-blown documentation of your citizenship. It's definitely a California thing. But with that, you are able to get a driver's license. So we went through this process to get her AB60 driver's license. She took the test online. She actually failed the first time. She passed it the second time. It's a long process. When you take the test online, they tell you to wait 24 hours. At the DMV, they tell you you should wait 3 days. So we actually waited 5 days. They were able to prove that she did indeed pass the test. From there, we went to confirm her ID using her Vietnamese passport. Then we learned that even after you pass the exam, there is one additional step. So we didn't get the license that day. She did take her photo and everything squared away, but we have to wait another 5 days. She has to call the DMV, and then they have to do a secondary screening over the phone. Once she passes that secondary screening, then she'll go back to the DMV and pick up her provisional driver's license, and then we can start arranging professional lessons, and then we can buy her a vehicle of her own, and she won't have to wait for me to get around and visit folks and do things like that. As far as other news, the last time I spoke, I believe we talked about our process for the change of status, and right now we're in a waiting phase. Nghīa did have to take a secondary medical exam, and that was because too much time elapsed between the time she took the exam in Vietnam and the time that we applied for her change of status. So she had to take a secondary exam. Actually turned out to be a wide range of costs for that exam. I think I paid somewhere around $350. There was one place that I contacted because it has to be a civil surgeon that they actually wanted to charge $650. That's almost double the price. Now we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Now Nghīa is taking classes with the local school district, information on naturalization and citizenship and that whole process. And then she's also taking English as a second language courses, which I mentioned before. And those classes expose her to American vernacular, lexicon, slang, idioms, and just all kinds of things that she would not learn if she was studying English back in Vietnam. I do want to say one thing. It is 100% true what they say. The warning that they've given us and people in general about Western American women trying to poison the minds of women from other countries who are here, who are married, the passport brothers, and who are happy and fine being housewives, taking care of the home, taking care of the husband. These American women, it's kind of fascinating, the toxicity that exists in womanhood. But it's fascinating that they will start to spew little poisonous, venomous, vitriolic, just nonsense to my wife, and they don't know me, they don't know her, they just assume, they make these grand assumptions, and they say, well, why do you have to do that? Or why do you have to do this? And why do you have to be like that. They never take into account they never ask her what she likes to do or what she wants or what makes her happy. They tell her. Women, that's what the women do. They tell you what you should be happy about, what you should be outraged about, what you should fight against. They tell you these things, and because you're in the womanhood, you're supposed to just normally just accept it and then turn into bitter women just like they are. And it's fascinating because Nghīa and I will sit down, we'll have like these long conversations about what's going on with Western women. And she'll be in the background. She'll be making dinner or something, and I will be watching Kevin Samuels. And she'll hear these women speak. And I won't say a word. I'll just let it play. She'll come over and she said, what's going on there? And why does that woman think like that? Why does she hate men so much? She'll ask, what's wrong with cooking for your husband? What's wrong with taking care of the house? What's wrong with those things? I don't understand why women don't want to do it. And I'll just smile and I'll just say, hey, well, you know, some women are like that. They want the man to bring everything to the table, and they literally don't want to do a damn thing. And then we'll just get a kick out of it. So that's where we are right now. We have the driver's license in process, and we are still waiting for an update on the change of status for her conditional permanent residency card. And then once those things come into play, then we can move into the next phase of our plans.
Try to take over the world.
Getting things together over the next 4 years to facilitate our relocation to Southeast Asia, and not necessarily back to Vietnam, but somewhere in that area: Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, Indonesia, somewhere in that area. We might even consider Korea or Japan. And I'm glad that you folks are still sticking with us. And I will be back with some news and my very first reaction video next one. So please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I'm always here to help and answer any questions that you have. And I will talk to you in the next one. Peace out.